There's nothing like a good story. Would you agree? This is Sandra. She had a nice, wonderful healing experience. Now, to me, I find her so beautiful. Take your time and you talk to them, okay?
All right.
All right, here she goes.
I had a motor vehicle accident in 1997. And the discs pushed my spinal cord to the side, and they said it was too dangerous to operate on me. So for about 4 or 5 years, I walked like a child with cerebral palsy. I was very spastic.
Tell them what you told me. What was the condition diagnosed as?
It was spinal stenosis.
You know what that is? So the arthritic changes from trauma cause the vertebrae to begin to change form. They develop these, what's called osteophytes, and the bodies of the vertebrae that are normally blocks all of a sudden start to turn into hourglasses. And those points where the hourglasses point out actually compress and pinch the spinal cord. And it diminishes conductivity or nerve information down to the legs, down to the organs, and there's a compromise. And so people have a lot of pain with it and a lot of limitation with it.
So my last visit to the doctor, they told me the discs in my back had turned black, and I had black disease. The nucleuses were dying in the complete spine. So anyway, I did have an operation finally 5 years later, and I shuffled. I could walk if I was walking very slow, but as soon as I tried to speed up, I shuffled like that. And so my family puts me in the wheelchair because I'm too slow if we go anywhere. So in the meditation, I kept hitting a block that I couldn't get through.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Now, you probably didn't hit a block. But now listen what happens.
So I thought, well, he said to surrender. And so I thought, well, what the heck? There's a divine intelligence in me that knows where to take me and knows where to go. So I just kind of floated in that space, very spacious. And that's when the movie started. I didn't make anything up. I was just watching this movie, and I became this little speck. I was a witness. I was witnessing what was going on, watching this movie.
So she was experiencing it and observing it at the same time.
So in the surrender, I mean, I totally trusted. And I realized I didn't have a body. I was this little speck watching, and I didn't have a body. And I thought, well, where did my body go? And I was told that it was in a place where there was a perfect blueprint. And I was placed in that perfect blueprint. I had problems opening my heart, trying to use what I remembered, but it wasn't quite working. And then I thought of my puppy boy, my dog of 15 years, Border Collie, died in March. And when I thought of him, my heart exploded, totally exploded. And I felt such gratitude of having it in my life, and I just kept with the gratitude, focused on the gratitude. And then when my focus would drop, what I did is I breathed into it, and it brought me back up again to where I
You mean
wanted
you
to
breathed in a gratitude for life,
be. Yes,
and then you exhaled and you felt grateful.
yes, very
life.
very grateful. So I just became grateful. And then someone told me that healing isn't hoping.
Hope is a beggar.
Healing is being. So I was being gratitude. Love and gratitude. It was like my eyes were looking out of love and gratitude, and I didn't have a body.
Still doesn't have a body. It's in the blueprint factory.
So then, someone grabbed my head, and it was, now I'm fused from the C2 to C6. The whole neck is fused. And I even have a plate in there to keep it,
Put your mic there,
straight.
babe.
I even have a plate.
So
in
they
my
did
neck.
surgery on her neck from C2 to C6. They put in plates. Of course, after the surgery, the spinal cord was even more torqued, and she couldn't walk quickly, and limited motion. And now, during this whole experience, remember, she's downloading information. She suppresses the neocortex, the autonomic nervous system. That's the big dreamer. That system switches on. She's tuning into a frequency. Pineal gland's transducing it into profound imagery. She's having a very real experience. But it's not a known experience. It's an unknown experience. Her body's dissolved, and she's not her body, but she's still aware. Are you with me still? Now she has this moment, and all of a sudden, here it comes.
And so my head was going back and around and winding and twisting. I was amazed because I have this plate in my neck, and it was like it wasn't there. Like the metal had melted or whatever. I mean, they're crooking my neck to the side and going all around. And
something was moving her head and neck in all these wonderful directions, and it felt like she didn't even have the plate in her neck. Go ahead.
So,
helping a sister out here.
But the key was listening to Dr. Joe and doing what he was saying. When he said surrender, when he said dissolve, I thought, oh.
She just dissolved.
I just dissolved, and I didn't have a body anymore.
And then what happened when they did that to your neck, or whoever did it? The divine was stepping in and
Well,
taking
when
care of it.
meditation was over, I just got up.
You feel a difference in your body after that experience than when you got here?
Yeah, I'm going on to my next life.
Now, her husband is here. Dale, where are you, Dale? Dale. Have you noticed a difference in your wife, Dale? Just keep it, above board here. That was a big thumbs up. Is she in a new body? Yes. Is she in a new environment, a new life? Yes. Is she in a whole new time? Yes. Imagine in her freedom now. I mean, her body, there's a blueprint, listen closely, in the field, right? The blueprint of matter exists in the field. Give me a nod. So then, in the field, there's a new blueprint in the field, and it doesn't matter if she has fusion or pins or plates in there. The pattern is perfection. So she doesn't experience, or wholeness, she doesn't experience the pain because the field is changing matter. How many people understand? So she doesn't have to know what happened. All she knows is she can walk. She doesn't shuffle. She was dancing like a crazy lady up here yesterday. She's doing things that she couldn't do before because she got an upgrade. And all she did was completely surrender and follow the instructions.
I believe I've had a complete healing of everything. And I have had pulmonary hypertension. And with any exercise, my lungs shut down and collapse, and I'm gasping for breath. So after the healing, I went downtown, walked about 6 blocks, and then I had to walk back. And it was all uphill, and I didn't have any chest pain. One time I ran after the garbage truck with the shuffling, trying to get the garbage truck, and I went into right-sided heart failure.
Hey, just open your heart, and next thing you know, you get a new heart.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people in this work have Raynaud's of the heart. Those arteries are constricted because there's a signal that's doing it. Do you understand? There's some type of vigilance. There's some type of protection. There's some type of anticipation that something like it in the past is going to happen again. So the heart stays vasoconstricted. And of course, then you have the most important muscle in your body is not getting oxygen and blood flow. And so the heart weakens. You open that heart of yours. I mean, when you truly start manufacturing oxytocin, there's a cascade effect that signals that nitric oxide, and that nitric oxide causes another chemical to literally cause an engorgement of blood. Those coronary arteries open up, and the heart is being enriched with energy, with blood, with oxygen, with nutrients. And the person's heart is feeling full. And it's a physiological phenomenon. And when that happens, it resets the baseline in the amygdala. And all of a sudden, the person drops from that same idol in the brain, that same vigilance. And all of a sudden, that becomes a permanent reset for the heart to function on a different level. And in a matter of seconds, we have had men in this work with really serious heart conditions get on that walking meditation and open their hearts. And one guy was just this really intellectual, quiet guy. His wife kind of dragged him there. Next thing you know, he's out there in the walking meditation. He's on the stage. He said, and then I heard somebody was yelling. And then I realized it was me. I had never felt love like that in my life. And he had angina. He couldn't walk more than 40 steps. He went back to his doctor. There's nothing. No sign of any coronary problem. He got a reset. That's the side effect, the beginning. 1,400 to 1,300 different chemicals released in your body that repair and regenerate it. That's immediate. That's the healing center. This is where everything starts to happen. And when we're knocking on that door and I'm asking you to open your heart, I don't care how you get there. Just get there. And once you're there, just keep all of your attention and keep surrendering to the feeling more. Get into it. Enjoy it. Just go into the unknown. Don't look back or try to figure out what you're doing. Just keep working with your body. Sooner or later, it's going to switch on. And the side effect of it is this wonderful, beautiful person has a new life again, a new body, and a whole new time.